Yeah.
Recording in progress.
For the regular meeting of the Rio Dell City Council. Roll call, please.
Mayor Garnes.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Carter.
Here.
Councilmember Orr.
Excused.
Councilmember Wilson.
Here.
Councilmember Woodall here.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Ceremony of announcements. Tonight, we are going to make a proclamation declaring September 17th through the 23rd as Constitution Week. I'll read page 4 in our packets, and then I would like to welcome Captain Colbert.
Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Thank you very much,
Thank you
Mayor.
for being here.
My pleasure. I appreciate the opportunity. I want to tell everyone that the National Society Daughters of the American Revolution is a nonprofit, non-political, that's really important, especially this year, women's service organization dedicated to promoting patriotism, preserving American history, and securing America's future through better education for our children. Members are all lineal descendants of those who supported the cause of independence in the Revolutionary War. I'm a member of the chapter Eel River Valley, which is headquartered there in Fortuna, but we have members here in Rio Dell as well. I know in the proclamation that I requested, we're talking about citizens having the responsibility to study the Constitution every so often. Constitution Week focuses on taking some time to do that. But I wanted to show two books that I found helpful in my study of the Constitution. The first one is by a local author here in Humboldt County, Ray Raphael. He's taught at CR in Cal Poly, and it's called The U.S. Constitution Explained Clause by Clause for Every American Today. Nice little book, easy to understand, and he does a great job explaining things. The other one is, if you've got some young people around, OMG, WTF does the Constitution actually say, by a comedian named Ben Sheehan. And I learned from this book, interestingly enough, that the House of Representatives, when they elect a speaker, that speaker does not need to be a member of the House of Representatives. I never knew that. So theoretically, the Congress people could just say, hey, we want, I don't know, Beyonce or something. Yeah. She'd have a tough job not being there all the time. But I appreciate the city's willingness to recognize this week and celebrate it together.
Thank you. And I will read this to you now. Proclamation. Should I send it? Read it. Proclamation designating September 17th through the 23rd, 2024 as Constitution Week. Whereas it is the privilege and duty of American people to commemorate the 237th anniversary of the drafting of the Constitution of the United States of America with appropriate ceremonies and activities. And whereas Public Law 915 guarantees the issuing of a proclamation each year by the President of the United States of America designating September 17th through September 23rd as Constitution Week. Now, therefore, I, Deborah Garnes, by virtue of the authority vested in me as mayor of the city of Rio Dell, state of California, and on behalf of the Rio Dell City Council, do hereby proclaim the week of September 17th through the 23rd as Constitution Week, and urge all citizens to study the Constitution and reflect on the privilege of being an American with all of the rights and responsibilities which that privilege involves. In witness Whereof I have hereunto set my hand and caused the seal of the city of Rio Dell to be affixed this 17th day of September 2024. Thank you for being here.
Thank you very
Thank you for
much.
Explaining, thank you for
The
showing
book
us those books.
recommendations,
Yes, the
yeah.
book recommendations, and would you like to- like that?
Thank you so much, Catherine.
Please.
This. I don't work mine. Thank you. Could I have you take one more with my camera, please? Sure. I really appreciate your willingness to do that. Right there.
Jeez.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
And,
Thank you for being here.
You'll pardon me if I don't stay for the rest of the day.
No, it's okay. Nobody does.
Thanks for letting We appreciate this.
Thank you. Have a great rest of your week.
Thank you.
Public presentations. This is the time for persons who wish to address the council on any matters not on this agenda and over which the council has jurisdiction. As such, a dialogue with the council or staff is not allowed under the Ralph M. Brown Act. Items requiring council actions not listed on this agenda may be placed on the next regular agenda for consideration if the council directs, unless a finding is made by at least 2/3 of the council that the item came up after the agenda was posted and is of an urgency nature requiring immediate action. Please limit comments to a maximum of 3 minutes. Is there anyone?
I might need this. I'm joking.
Hello.
Hi, everyone.
Welcome.
Shannon Miranda, I have a contract with the city of Rio Dell. I just came in because often times it gets frustrating reporting animals and doing whatever we do. And I just want to say what we're doing right now is working very well, very, very well. Excuse me, when animals come in and they're not fixed, I know I get ripped on Rio Dell neighborhood watch, but I charge $200 if it's not fixed. The money's still theirs. It goes to their vet. It's working. They want to get them fixed because if it comes back in again, repeat offender, it's $400. So most of the time, the $200 they get them fixed. Sometimes people don't show up for their pets, and I keep them and wait to leave a limit, and I find a home for them. But Mary is doing an amazing job. Amazing job. I used to get so frustrated when I'd come in and I'd say, "You're paying me, you're not bringing me animals." Now I see her driving in, I'm like, "Oh God, what did you have now?" Sometimes she'll bring me 3 and 4 at a time, but I just want to say thank you guys. All the hard work is paying off. It's working very well. And do you guys have any questions for me?
Yeah. We can't really have a discussion because it's not agendized,
Right,
but
okay.
anyone has a
Okay.
quick question.
Yeah,
So,
okay.
but when we'll invite you back, maybe, and then we can have.
That would be great. That'd be great. I just want to let you guys know, like I said, this has been working really well. So all the pigs and sheep and cats and dogs and everything that shows up, it's working well. Don't even get me started on it. So the turkey was a big old ordeal because I was in Vegas. I got it, left 2 days later, put it in a huge pen. I called Fish and Game and said, "I've got a wild turkey." Well, they called me back livid mad. And I said, people were feeding it. It was like in the street, it was gonna get ran over. So I said, "You're welcome to, I don't want it. I don't need a turkey." So a lot of people in Rio Dell were like, "You took Greta and bring Greta back." And like, I didn't take Greta on purpose. So she's relocated way out in the hill somewhere where there's no humans and she's good. Yeah, So she's good, but I just.
Thank you for the update.
All right, guys, thank you very much.
And can I also say just thank you for coming and making public comment for something positive.
Yeah, I mean, I had called Alice and I was actually at the gym. And I thought, oh my God, so I flew home, broke in the shower and I was racing there.
It's nice to hear positive.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you, guys.
Okay, I thought he was gonna say this, but he didn't. So the blessing is still on, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, you'll see it on the channel 3, hopefully. But we're planning a blessing of the animals in honor of St. Francis of Assisi Day. But it will be a non-denominational, and it will be at Miranda's Rescue Saturday, October 5th at 4 o'clock. The public, absolutely everybody is invited because it's a blessing. And there will be no fees or anything to attend. And it should be really nice. In our area, I know you're from Detroit, I'm too. And any place I've ever been that's a larger city, they've always had blessings. And I know that even the National Cathedral does. So I thought there hasn't been any in Humboldt County that I know of, except for maybe little small ones on Ferndale Church steps or something like that. So this will be pretty big because we're going to have a little TV advertising and maybe radio and stuff like that. And it'll just be a walk-in at the rescue. Okay, so everybody's invited. Bring your pet for the blessing.
Thank you for
They'll be
that
blessed
update.
too. Huh?
Thank you for that update.
Yeah.
Thanks for doing it. Welcome.
Thank you. So, apparently,
Introduce yourself.
my name is Danette Kellerman and I'm the, sorry, I get nervous, the chairman for Recovery Happens in Humboldt. I was here a couple weeks ago and was going to give a plaque. I gave the plaque, it went in a drawer. Now that person's not here. And so I'm here anyways, because, I wanted to acknowledge, the police department here for the awesome job that they're doing. I recently, about a month or so ago, I'm also a social worker. I had a police officer go above and beyond to help this person that was having a mental health crisis that had just gotten out of custody. And he had been released to me and I put him in treatment and he got kicked out of treatment, ended up back here. But she went above and beyond and looked up his court things and saw that he was released to me and found a way to get a hold of me. And I was here on a weekend she got a hold of me while I was camping, but anyways. Through that, he's ended up in the hospital six to 8 weeks because he got hit by a car right before that. And today he got placed in a motel for nine months paid. So I want to tell you that's the whole story because like when I think about sometimes how we miss opportunities to help people, I think it's important for us to acknowledge that we are doing something good in the community, and I wish I had the plaque here, but yeah. We'll get it together, right?
Maybe, yeah. Maybe.
It'll be on the wall. And so I just want to tell you, like, we have an event every year. It's usually the first week in September. This was our 8th year for Recovery Happens in Humboldt, and it's to unite and encourage people that are in recovery, that want to help people in recovery, that want to get information on how to get in recovery for their loved ones or community members. It's a big event. It's a free picnic. We have it every year. And so I'm hoping that I can welcome you next year to come and just, sometimes it's good for us to get on an even keel for the day, and see people, like a lot of times people that work for the police department, the ambulance service, hospitals or whatever, the only time they see them is when people are broken. And so it's awesome to be able to see like people in recovery, because we can get jaded and all those other good words, traumatized by some of the things that we work with. So I wanted to tell you, thank you for letting letting your officers do an excellent job. And thank you.
Thank you for coming and saying all about wonderful things.
Not too much?
No, it was excellent, it's very much appreciated, yeah. Absolutely, thank you. Do you want to say no? Any hand raised? Any emails? And we will move on to the consent calendar. Is there any council member would like to remove anything from the consent calendar? No. Anyone in public, member of the public? No. Okay, then I will ask for a motion to approve the consent calendar.
So moved.
Have a motion, is there a second? Second. A motion and a second. Motion carries 4-0. Now we'll move on to some staff reports and communications, page 46 in our packet, city manager.
Thank you, Mayor Barnes, members of the council. So at our next meeting on October 1st, staff will be bringing forward a proposal to procure compost material in compliance with SB 1383, which is the mandatory organics recycling legislation that passed several years ago. So we're looking forward to bringing that forward in, I think, what hopefully will be the most cost-efficient format possible for us. And then also, there is an Eel River cleanup scheduled for Saturday, September 28th, from 9:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. So volunteers are definitely encouraged. Many hands make light work. And so folks will be meeting here at City Hall before heading down to the river bar. It'll be organized by a combination of folks with the Redwood Community Action Agency and some local folks here, including Proper Wellness and others who will help, kind of scour the river bar for this year's annual cleanup. And again, thank you to all the volunteers just in advance of that. So staff has nothing else to highlight for this particular update, but we're happy to answer any questions that the council may have.
Thank you, city manager. Councilmember Woodall? No. Mayor Pro Tem?
No questions. I just wanted to comment on the Eel River cleanup that I think this is actually a really important event. What this is a combination of nonprofits. We've got local businesses. We've got citizens with good hearts. Everybody kind of coming together for a common cause, and I think that's really special. So you'll see me there. I hope to see the rest of you there too.
Absolutely.
That's it.
Thank you. Councilmember Wilson?
Just out of curiosity on the cell tower request. What's the issue? Is there an issue with them? Or they just want to copy the lease? The public record?
I believe one of the leases is going to be up for renewal or renegotiation in 2026. So if I can best summarize that, I would say that they're requesting information and preparation to either bid on it or just generally garner information. But Community Development Director Caldwell might have something more to add to that.
I believe that's accurate information. I know that the city clerk actually pulled the information, provided the information. I know nothing more than what the city manager said at this point.
Is that the cell tower that we've had the issues in the past? That we were in a lease that we couldn't get out of, or does that never come up?
No, it's the same lease. It's the same cell tower, I should say. There are 3 leases up there. And one of them is expiring, I think it's either 26 or 27. And then the other issue we have with one of the leases, I believe it was either AT&T or Verizon, is they actually encroached outside their footprint, their leased area. And we had to do an amendment to that lease a couple of years ago and collect some additional revenue from AT&T or Verizon, whichever one it was.
I'll leave it to that for right now. You're gonna talk, yeah.
Thank you. Are there any questions from the members of the public? Then, any hands raised, emails? And we will move on to ordinances and special resolution public hearings. Item number 1, 2024/0917.10. Introduction and first reading by title only of ordinance number 407-2024, amending chapter 13.20 water wells of the Rio Dell Municipal Code to clarify the County Department of Environmental Health administers the city's water well permitting process. Page 51 in our packets.
Mayor Garnes, members of the council, if I may. This was in response to being contacted by the County Department of Environmental Health regarding a well application they had received. It has been turned over recently, and the new director of the land use division was reviewing our ordinance, and he reached out to the city and expressed concerns about the fact that it doesn't clearly indicate that the county actually administers the city's well permitting process. So the ordinance before you is in response to his inquiry, and the attempt here to clearly identify that the county does administer the city's well permitting process. If you flip to page 52 of your packet, we also added a couple definitions, definitions of agricultural wells, and then the definition of county, and the county definition shall mean the county, showing the Humboldt County Department of Health and Human Services Public Health Branch. We've also included a few more additions. Connection to a public water supply is required if public water is in 300 feet of the property. We also included some language regarding agricultural wells, that they are allowed. As they're allowed as long as they're directly connected to a city line, and if they're connected to the house, that city line has to have a backflow device so that that well water cannot infiltrate or backflow into the city system. And then we've actually identified some setbacks, and this is something I actually tried to contact the city late this afternoon. It basically says that no well shall be constructed within 50 feet of a property line, or within 500 feet of a radial distance to any existing well. And that language came from Santa Cruz County. There is a variance to that, and that's on actually page 60 of your packet, where it allows the county to have the power to actually grant variances to these setbacks, the 500 foot setback. I am reaching out to the county, as I indicated, and I want to verify the 500 foot setback. It seems a little large, but again, it came from Santa Cruz County. The health department did get a copy of this draft ordinance. They did not make any comments on it. But before we have a second reading, approval and adoption of the ordinance, I will come back to your council and I'll let you know what the health department's recommendation is, if it is different from this. With that, I'd recommend you open up the public hearing, take any comments the public may have, close the public hearing, and then continue the ordinance adoption, approval of the ordinance to the October 1st meeting. And if you have any questions, I'd be more than happy to answer.
Thank you. No questions? Councilmember Woodall? No. Member of the public, any questions? Any hand raised? Yes. Then we will close the public hearing, and is there consensus for continuation, or is it a vote? I'm blanking on it. It's just a continuation.
I would go ahead and entertain a motion to continue the meeting to
October 1st. Thank you. Is there a motion to continue the ordinance second reading to October 1st?
So moved.
They have a motion, is there a second? Second. They have a motion and a second. Motion carries 4-0. Thank you. And with that, we will go to they're going on. Council reports and communications. Cycle. Mayor Pro Tem.
Thank you. Rio Dell's first CERT team was sworn in this past Thursday. We are operating underneath the fire department now. And CERT, of course, is community emergency response team. We have pretty good turnout for it. And I think that we've got a nice little team of emergency responders, and I want to publicly thank the fire department for taking us on. That was on the 12th. On the 13th, I attended the Cal Cities meeting hosted by the city of Eureka, which, you know, we love a Cal Cities meeting. It's always very informative. Also, our nuisance advisory committee meeting tomorrow is canceled. So if you were chomping at the bit to show up here at 3 p.m. tomorrow, sorry to let you down.
I literally just emailed someone today, show up tomorrow at 3.
It's canceled. Not the first time that's happened. Lastly, of course, I'm very excited about this. As of yesterday, our spay neuter vouchers are available to the community through the Community Resource Center. There's not billions of them, but there's a handful, there's a good chunk. So if anybody here or listening is interested or, you know, having a hard time affording to spay and neuter your pet, we do provide vouchers of different dollar amounts. You just need to go to the Community Resource Center Monday through Friday between 9 and 3 p.m. Sit down with Sarah, the director over there. Howell will talk about your situation and she'll help you decide which voucher will be the best for you. So I'm very excited about this. We are the first city to do this, and I'm happy to be an example of something so positive. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Wilson.
Well, just RCA, ongoing, and a comment that if you don't know, you're getting them, you probably will when you get your PG&E bill. This is what the 4th time PG&E has raised your PG&E bill this year. And this time they're, I don't think it's supposed to be real dramatic, but they're, I think you can expect more 2025 of PG&E raising your rates as well.
That's right.
And that also raises your through RCA. They're a little bit below PG&E, but it'll go up
That's a lot.
proportionally.
It's just fantastic. Thank you. Councilmember Will.
We're gonna have the beautification walkability committee meeting on Friday at 1:30.
Yeah, isn't it the week so?
Having wonderful ideas. Let's find out. Yeah.
Thank you. And I attended the League of California Cities event as well last Friday. As the city manager, so that we had a good showing from Rio Dell. Tomorrow I've been appointed as the alternate to LAFCO. So I will be going tomorrow so that I can be introduced to the board. I won't be acting as a member. I will be just being introduced as the alternate. And I think that's all we have. This is the last meeting, so don't forget the 28th.
Yeah.
28th is very important. Come down and help clean up the river. And, you know, on your way down, if you see some trash, pick it up and bring it with you. So thank you, everyone. Rich, good to see you. Missed you. Hey, man, we missed you.
Yeah.
All right, you guys. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
We have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Meeting adjourned until October 1st, 2024, 6 p.m. Thank you.